Hi, this is Leon B, part 2. This is right after save 1. We're going to go and get the electronic part and go back to the jail. What I do right off the bat is I run around that zombie and I blow this guy's legs off. And then I run upstairs. Now we have the club key, shotgun, some shotgun ammo, probably a heal, and then the big gear. We also have one electronic part. Other than that, I don't think we have much because we just don't have room. Yep, that's everything we have. So right here, Mr. X is going to pop up. What you want to do is bait his punch. So you want to stay a little bit away. You walk a little bit, boom, and then you just dodge. Go around. We're going to go around down this way, out the, I guess like the fire escape. I do the little trick where when you aim in, you can go downstairs faster. We're going to cut through here because there's just no zombies. And okay, so here we also do that trick where we aim in. And yeah, so I'm going to show you my strategy to make this part really easy. So if you want to save after this, if you want to save before the jail maybe, or if you want to save first time in the sewers, I want to show you how this can be easy. First off, you would slow walk instead of run, because you want to bait Mr. X into this room anyway. Also, the liquor won't attack you. Now, use the key, grab the grenade, and then grab the jack. Now, you can despawn a liquor by clicking this apparently. However, there's still a second liquor, and for whatever reason, it seemed to be aggroed no matter what I do. Also, well, basically, you can't walk away from Mr. X when you bait him in here, and he's going to be very close to where you are. So, the second liquor is going to find you when you run away, and that's such a distance it will catch up to you. So that's what I recommend you do, is to wait for Mr. X to pop in and throw the grenade into the hall. It will incapacitate Mr. X, so it buys you a lot of time, almost as if you flashbanged him upstairs. And it will take out the liquor, so that way you can basically not go to danger and have your tempo thrown off. Now from here we go upstairs. So since we didn't break through the floor, that zombie isn't standing yet, and he's still eating. So we can just plug in the jack, or the handle for the jack, and we have all the time in the world to move these over. So I'm just double checking between each push to make sure he's not even. He's like going to town. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm eating. So yeah, that's how to make this part really easy. It always gives me anxiety because there's a lot of moving parts, and since it's hardcore, I'm sure you could actually like disable what you needed, like, you know, use the resources and disable what's in the way to make it easier, but that just makes it really easy, if that makes sense. Like, instead of me having like shotgun and one of the liquors or something before, plus the second one spawns later, it won't even be there till then anyway, so I can't kill it earlier or sooner than that. Anyway, don't forget the gear. Bring that gear, we need it upstairs. We're gonna swap these two, swap the small gear for the large gear. Alright, now we're going to head back downstairs, plug the small gear in, and I grab the large gunpowder in the back. I do believe it's unnecessary. However, my rationale is to grab it when you have the space. Because later in Umbrella, there's a lot of it, and I might not have as much space later, so I grab this now. Also, I think it serves to divert Mr. X, or the tyrant, away from the front door. That's why I paused for a moment right there. And now we just head back. Remember to grab the electronic part. I admit I did a run and it was doing very well. Well, that's what was really nice. I found out how consistent doing it this way is. And I forgot the electronic part, and I made it all the way to the jail. So I saw Mr. X, and I wanted to get some there. I wanted to get some distance on him and not get caught up with the zombie, so that's why I ran away. First I was gonna bait the zombie's attack, but I saw him and I was like, okay. So I tried to bait his punch. I didn't go around him wide enough, but I know it's okay, and that's what that illustrates, is that it's alright to get thrown by him, because if anything, I think it puts you into a lower level of fine, so it's not even caution. And when he does that, he doesn't punch you. He doesn't attack you after that. So, like, if he punches you, he'll just keep punching you, and it sucks. Like, if you don't get an herb in there sometimes, like, he'll hit you, like, 3 times and you just die. Like, but it's more like in a hallway like that, like, where you're cornered and this and that. So getting him to throw you can be beneficial. Here, I realized that I'm not going that way. I'm actually going this way, back towards the break room. So these guys are dead from before. This guy you can run past before he gets up. This guy you're gonna have to shoot in the lotion. I don't even know if that did anything. It looked like it did something. Like he was actually gonna go down for good. But he did not attack me for whatever reason. There's gonna be a dog here usually to the right. And there's gonna be dogs here. I think I get clipped. Maybe not. I don't know. I try to do this like weave thing. Yeah. I could have died. I hate dogs. I never had an issue with them. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm overthinking it now or something. Or maybe just like playing too cocky or something. Like, I don't know, maybe I was playing slower and smarter before. I don't know. That was really scary. So now we have the parts to get the ticket. So this is kind of a stretch. Like, this whole save in between 1 and then up to 2 is like 33 minutes. Ideally, I would like to do up to this on the first save. However, I think it's better to have like 25 minutes in and save it than like, and instead of losing it, you know what I mean? Or I'd rather have 25 minutes saved and then going forward for 35 minutes instead of like, I guess it's the same thing. I don't know. It really is the same thing in the end. Isn't that weird? So you want 2 flashbangs for this. The first one is for the group. Then you go and you throw the second one for Mr. X. I'm sure you can bait his punch, but what I'm showing you is how to make it the most consistent. Instead of like chancing it and baiting the punch and getting hit, or baiting the punch but still getting grabbed and thrown. Like, if he throws you there, you're done. You are done. You're done. Well, maybe not. I guess what you could do... No, you are. This is what sucks. If you put a flashbang in a zombie's mouth and you shoot it and it goes off, unfortunately, the area of effect is like cut by like 33% easily. All the stuff behind the zombie's head does not get flashed. So you'd have to have tremendous luck for that flashbang to flash the entire crowd for you, if that makes sense. That's why you need to throw it.
More info on the people responsible for this mess.
The other thing that sucks is that the first group gets blinded, but there's like some in the jails that still shuffle out and they aren't. So now they're out in the hall before the other ones come too. So you have this like these staggered zombies that can attack you. That's not fun. That is the fastest and easiest way I found. And what's cool is you'll notice as I still have a flashbang. So I mean, Leon's lucky. He's it's because we used our frags since he has excess frags. For Claire, you want to save all the frags in the game to really make the final fight trivial. I don't know. If you learn the fight, it's not so bad. However, hardcore requires a lot of damage, and you get a finite amount of bullets for the minigun on the Claire playthrough. So you need to do a lot of damage outside of the minigun to have enough bullets to get basically through those last two phases. That damage comes from the frag grenades. And having 6 of them really just trivializes the fight because you basically just keep throwing frag grenades. Like, you throw a frag grenade, you shoot it a little bit, you throw a frag grenade, you like run because he's going to do the charge, you throw a frag grenade, you shoot it a little bit, you run because he's going to jump from the wall, and then you repeat. I know that's kind of a tangent, but I just want to emphasize this point, that I didn't really know, like, I haven't played Leon at all, really. This is the second time I've done the B playthrough for Leon. So I'm like, don't really know how to use a shotgun. Like, the grenade launcher is very self-explanatory. It's overpowered. The shotgun's overpowered versus zombies. And then I'm sure the Magnum's overpowered versus Lickers. However, I didn't want to go out of the way to get the Magnum. So what's nice is that even though he doesn't get the grenade launcher, he can use the frag grenades he gets on the monsters he encounters during the world, because he gets a flamethrower, which trivializes a lot of boss fights or makes them a lot simpler. Also, he's lucky in that he can use the combat knife for the final boss and for boss 3, G3. So since he can use the knife, and if you have the infinite knife unlocked, that again gives you more frag grenades you can use to make this easier. The cool thing is you also can save up the flashbangs from using frag grenades, so that way you can use them on the last boss and really knife him down. So those are just some tips I wanted to share, because this is kind of self-explanatory. You just wait. I mean, you saw, I mean, if you're watching the video, you noticed that I picked up the shotgun attachment, but I didn't equip it yet, because hardcore requires, I mean, you only get 10 slots of space. So I want to make sure that I have room for everything I need. I don't upgrade it yet. I grabbed the frag grenade. I don't even know if no, I definitely grabbed the upgrade because you need it. I also show you that's where a raccoon is if you want to kill it. I wish I would have showed them all, but yeah, because then I could have clipped them, and I could have made a little series where I just show them all.
Leon, up here.
Now we wait for Ada.
What the hell was?
Just get up here.
And now we get to be Ada.
Can't say I didn't
So I don't know how many of you have played the first Resident Evil. I grew up on it when I was like,
Fair point.
I guess when I was 10 it came out, like 10 or 11. And my friend really got me into it. What was nice, I realized why I liked it so much, is I would watch him play. And then I would see what to do, and then it wasn't as scary. You know, I knew what was coming. And so then I could get through the game instead of having to backtrack and waste all my ammo and all that. So what was interesting is my first time playing this was like, oh my god, they did such a good job. Because like not very long into it, I was like, man, if you don't have a solid plan and you go in with like attention deficit disorder, you're like all over the place, you will die. And that's so true in real life like that, you know? Like, you can't just be backtracking forever. Like, you'll just die. You need to be, like, focused and, you know, swoop through. So, speaking of swooping through, that's what this part of the guide will help you do as Ada. Right here to the right, you find the first controller that gives power to the fan, and then you charge the fan up so the motor blows. So they kind of build you up. I wish that they had like 1 or 2 more puzzles. But these are, the last one is kind of brutal. This is pretty easy. So you can turn on the fan right there. You can start powering up the fan closer than I did if you want to save time. I was just looking in the wrong spot. So feel free to hunt that down. And then that's the switch that gives power to the door. So now that's a green light over there. It means that the door's unlocked. I think this is... I didn't know about the achievement. If you don't use any bullets, if you don't use the gun, and you don't have to if you're quick enough, you get an achievement, which you'll see I unlock in this run. So you basically just run around. Here I kind of like lure him that way, and then I cut through. We go around. I get the scanner ready, because right there, you'll see me. Boom! I miss it, but there it is. I could have started backing up to get closer to get around him, but I didn't need to. And then here I believe I didn't bait his attack. He didn't go for me. That's very lucky. Yep. But all you have to do is go at him, and then like when you're basically, maybe I'd say, well, because he's gonna be moving towards you, so basically when you're like a full person away from him, you run away. And you count to like 3, like 1, 2, 3, and then you run back. So this over there is the power for the door. Flip the switch. That's the power for the fan. It's kind of hard to do with like a higher sensitivity. Because I'm a spaz. And then you blow up the motor again. Now you're good. Mr. X can't get you. One last thing to do, the incinerator. Now, right outside of the incinerator, to the right, you will find a Mr. Raccoon. It's kind of easy to see, so you have probably seen it if you've played this before. If you've played Alien playthrough. Give power to the incinerator. Now the door opens. Boom. That's where it would be. The Mr. Raccoon. Once you grab the bracelet, you get locked in. And it's really easy.
Bravo.
Of course. I mean, just like I was saying before, once you know what you have to do. So that's the first one you want to do. I mean, I don't know if there's an order, because I've done it in different order, and it still worked. I just start there because it's easy to keep track of. That's the second one. And then the third one is like right to my right. From there you can start moving towards the door to save a little bit of time, even though it probably didn't save me any. Because it knocked me off the thing. And that's it. That's it for Ada. Poor Ada. And now it's time for Leon.
Until October 1st. Please return before this date.
Not gonna happen.
It's kind of funny. Ada's very cocky, and I was just kind of surprised how much she got toyed with. Yeah, right there you can see I got the achievement. And, yeah. I think there was a little cut there because I went to the washroom again. I drink a bunch of water. From here, we're just going into the sewer. So this part's really quick, but for Leon, it's just annoying. Like, for Claire, it's super easy. You have excess flame rounds, so you can just flame round everything. Like, literally, if you wanted to, you could. She also gets the Magnum upgrade for her 9mm. So it's just, like, super easy for her. She can flame round all the G-adults, so they die. All the, like, glob guys that are gross. And then she headshots all the zombies, so they permanently die. But here's my trick. This is what I wanted to teach everyone. Oh, I want to make a video of this. If you... Look at this. I just found this out. if you draw a bead like that, did you see how it like focused in like that? If you do 2 shots like that to the knee, you will blow their leg off consistently. I almost want to say 100%, but I can't guarantee that. So watch, I got 1 on, boom, his leg falls off. So I almost want to try. I totally forgot about that. I'm so glad I found this again. Oh man. I just think that's very interesting because again, like, a lot of videos recommend going for headshots, and that's not what you want to do. In the same video, he's like, "Oh, stagger RNG, 8 bullets," and I'm like, "No, man, like, don't have to do that. Just do that. Draw a bead to the knee twice and blow their leg off. Here, if you shoot, boom, right there, you can go around." So basically, you want to get okay. When those guys like land in the water or get out from under the water, they do like this like area of effect splash that like knocks you back. Whoa. Right? So you want to be just outside of it right when you shoot. That's going to cause them to pop up and you will avoid getting knocked back. So in that moment, you can then just walk around them just like I did there. Because yep, that's just how it works. They're in an animation and they haven't hit you. So we keep going. This is why I wanted to save after the parking garage at the beginning of the sewer, just because there's a lot to string along, but there's not much that can go wrong. The only thing that can go wrong is like at the beginning when but not even anymore with the frag grenade. But that's like the most random stuff is at the beginning. And I realize I can't really die here. I can bring you get a blue, red, and green herb on the way. You actually get 2. You get a red herb over here. And you get 2 red herbs, 2 blue herbs, and 1 green at least. 2 greens. Yeah. Wow. So I knew I wasn't gonna die because out there floating around, I have 2 full heals with a damage resistance and antidote for the poison. I come back and I'm thinking about space. I need a lot of space. I need like 5 slots. 2 for the flamethrower, 3 for the plugs. I think I'm going to ditch the pistol and just go with the shotgun. For 2 reasons. First off, consistency. Second off, I want to test to see if you can do this. Can I do a hardcore S+ rank run using all my shotgun ammo, basically? Like, will I have enough at the end? And it turns out you do. It turns out I did. So if you follow the guide, it works. It's really cool because personally, and I feel like I've seen this in the comments of other videos, is I tend to hoard all the stuff, and then at the end of the game I have all this stuff that I haven't used, and it was like, oh man, I should have used it. So that's kind of excuse me, that's kind of the whole thing. Here we shoot their legs out. Boom. I waste a lot of ammo there because I really wanted to blow their legs off, and what was really sad is I was thinking I should have brought the pistol. But regardless, again, this shows that you can use the shotgun. This thing takes forever to go up. What would have been better is to switch it before I went to go get the frag grenade. Sneak by. So there, when he lands in the water, you'll get splashed. So that's why you go around just outside of the area of effect. It's the same thing like when they're floating under the water and you shoot them and they pop up. They are by far, for me, the most annoying enemy in the whole game. Lickers are annoying, but manageable. I kind of know what I'm getting into. Those guys are just like, ugh. So, from here, all we got to do is grab this. That guy's up now. We took out the leg of the other guy. Oh man, I can't believe he got me. Wow. Was I really that slow? Doesn't matter. Actually, I like having to use those because then I have the comfort of a shield up. And then I think I could grab the blue herb right there. So yeah, just sidestep this guy. Keep going. You can also despawn him. He'll do this thing like when you come to the edge, he like does this like shimmy and he floats down underwater. Right when you see him beginning that like shimmy, head into the water and start running past him. Because if you wait, he'll pop up and you'll get hit by the AoE splash. They're really annoying. I know I've said that. Have I mentioned that they're really annoying? So I turn on a knife because I don't want to. Basically, if they attack me, I don't know. The thing about the knife is it doesn't even help. You're just gonna get grabbed again. Like I think I go through all my resources right now, getting grabbed by the same guy. Because I kind of like panicked. You know, this is 26 minutes in. I haven't saved. I want to keep my shield.
What the hell was that?
I want to get this done. And I don't really know how to do this. So that's what caught me off guard. I didn't expect him to pop up and grab me instantly. So I knife him, but now I'm screwed. You basically have to waste 3 shots to the eye to put them down. So here I waste a grenade so that way he gets damaged and I can run by. This guy, I just shoot and it doesn't even like... That's what I mean, like it takes 3 shots to put them down, but it's fine because you can actually afford it. Here, boom, right to the head. Interesting thing is he's up in like a minute when I'm leaving. Over here to the right. And I do this wrong. Over here to the right, you can get a red herb. And then basically, yeah, you'll see. Grab the queen plug. I feel like you could throw the grenade here now and take them both out. I would recommend using the grenade. I recommend going back down the stairs and throwing it before he stands up. Because I think I used the shotgun and it throws things off when I could have just used the grenade and
What?
So yeah, I was trying to buy him some time to get over so he could get hit with the blast. And that was like a big waste of a grenade. That's why I would recommend going back down the stairs and throwing it at them both when they're like on the ground still. Then you save 2 shotgun shells. Plus like this guy's up and I'm about to get trapped with him. And you know what I mean? This is... What's nice is that you can see that things can go completely wrong at the very end before you save, and it all works out. Because if you notice, I still have these 2 mixed herbs. I still have my defensive shield up. I use another shotgun shell. I only have 3 now. Grab all the plugs and get out of there. And now we're almost done. The most annoying part that we saved the best for last. This guy's alive. I'm kind of panicking because I was like, wow, I only have 2 bullets. Where are all these things? I was waiting for the one that fell. Then I was like, great, he's really here. So I tried doing a bait. He does the... Right off the bat, if you ever get poisoned, you want to heal yourself because I'm pretty sure if you start coughing, you can't go into your menu. I can't verify that, but I know for sure it will stop you from like walking and doing stuff and like reloading. And I want to swear that it will prevent you from going into your menu. This guy you can bait. You basically want to count to 4. And you always want to go on their left side, or their right, your left. But yeah, once you see him coming at you, you know, you flip, so you do a 180. So you're running the other way, and you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then head their way. Right after 4, like 4, go. I knew that guy was gonna be there. Head up the stairs, and that is that. All we have to do now, we got the plugs. The hard part is over. From here, we're just gonna fix our inventory, get ready for the boss, and put the plugs in and save. I'm probably gonna do the plugs before the inventory, but whatever. Maybe not. For the boss, you don't need much. The flamethrower basically trivializes the fight. I would recommend bringing the pistol and ammo over the shotgun because it fires faster and it's powerful. You saw when you draw a bead, it was blowing zombie legs off. This is you want the queen in the first slot. So to make it easy, I don't know why I didn't store that to begin with. But the queen goes here. The bishop goes right next to her. So you just grab the bishop, put the bishop there. Then the end is the king, so replace the knight, put in the king. Across from the king is the knight. On both A and B scenarios, the rook is in the middle, but the rook is on the other side for A. And that's that. The pawn was in the correct position. That's all the plugs. And from here, we're going to save. Well, yeah, do inventory, then save. So that's save 2. After that, it's pretty much easy. I think Umbrella is one of the easiest things. Because, like, I don't know. It's kind of long, but it's just, like, easy. And the boss fights are annoying if you don't know them. So that's what's really nice about saving right before the final boss. You have time to practice, and you're there, you know. It's like a matter of time. So stay tuned, and I hope you learned a lot. Take care.